Hello, and welcome to the CEW Mindfulness Meditation Sit. My name is Doreen Murawski, and I'm the Interim Associate Director at CEW, and I will be leading you in this mindfulness practice today. First, I want to thank you for tuning in and joining me on this adventure today. The practice will be about 30 minutes long, and let me tell you a little bit about how I will run the practice. What I will start with is I will ring the sound of a chime once, and that will signal that we will be starting our practice. And then what I will do is I will offer you guidance. And the guidance is to help you be mindful, which is basically mindfulness is about the practice of being present each moment as it's unfolding, and then trying to accept what we find in that moment without judgment. So really welcoming whatever experience is part of that moment, that sensation, and trying not to judge it in any way. Both of those things can be very difficult because one, the nature of our mind is to be constantly thinking and processing. And so again, what we're trying to do is offer a space for our mind to rest on being available and open with that attention to what's happening each moment. And then the second part is, again, trying to accept what we find there without judgment. So I will offer guidance, and then that will be the majority of our sit today. Then I'll offer you an opportunity to practice in silence for just a few minutes before bringing you back together with a short, more of some guidance. So with that, I'm going to go ahead and get started. And usually what we recommend is that it's helpful if you're comfortable to close your eyes, And if it's not, then you don't need to do that. Simply avert your gaze. And what we're trying to do with that invitation is really trying to just reduce visual stimuli. So it's one less thing that your brain needs to be focused and concentrating on. So with that, I'm going to go ahead and ring the chime and then just invite you to close your eyes or avert your gaze. So we begin by just trying to settle in to this space in this moment. Just allowing the body to be as comfortable as it can in wherever you've chosen to conduct this practice. So if you're sitting, it's often helpful to sit with the back of the spine kind of erect, with a head basically positioned on top of the shoulders and in a line, but also at the same time not to be stiff about it, but just kind of a sort of a present stance that says, I'm here, I'm available, signaling to your brain that you are about to try to spend some time in contemplation. So let's begin by taking a moment again just to settle in and to realize that in this moment there's nothing else that needs to be done. And so try the best we can to suspend any thoughts of what came before this moment, or to think about anything that's coming following this moment. Just trying to allow the self to rest on sensations within the body as you become aware of them. Sometimes it's helpful to focus on one specific part of the body. So let's start with the feet. And starting with the feet and just feeling the point of any connection the foot has with the earth beneath you. And not thinking about the feet necessarily, but really open to what sensations are present for you in this moment. It may be a sense of pressure where the foot is making contact with the floor. Or you may be aware of textures. If your foot is surrounded by a sock or a shoe or a sandal. You may be aware of a temperature. Maybe the foot is warm or cold. Whatever sensation's there, just allowing it to be there. And with an open, curious mind, allowing the mind to rest there and to really explore those sensations. Now continuing to move maybe up the leg and noticing any point of contact the body is making with the chair beneath you, or if you're laying down, the floor, the mat, or wherever you're laying. And just notice any points of contact the body's making with a solid surface. And again, just opening up with a curious mind to the senses that you feel at any point of contact the body's making. And in this moment, noticing whatever sense of maybe that your muscles are making, maybe a sense of tenseness at some certain points. And if you do notice the muscles tightening in places, see if it's possible just to let go of them a little, knowing in this moment they are supported and there's nothing else the body needs to do but to be still with you. And just welcoming the sensations as they are experienced. Not striving in any way to make this meditation anything more than what it is. So knowing that anytime the mind has wandered, just noticing that is a magic moment of mindfulness, being aware of what the mind is doing in this current moment. And then gently, with kindness, redirecting the mind back and your awareness back to where you would like it to focus. So maybe switching the focus now to the sensations of your hands. And just noticing the position of the hands. And see if it's possible again to invite comfort within the hands. Noticing again any sensations that are available to you. If the hands are touching each other or points of the body, there may be senses of heat. Or again, a sense of texture. Or maybe a sense of coolness if there's air breezing across your hands. Whatever's there, just allowing your mind to rest there and experiencing those sensations the best that you can. Another anchor that's often used as a way to experience the current moment is the experience of your own breath. So now bring your focused attention to your body as it's breathing, and just experiencing movements in your body with each breath. Maybe now paying attention to the breath as it enters through your nostril. Air passing in through the nose. And seeing if it's possible to explore this breath even deeper, just staying with the focus on the in-breath. So feeling the breath come in the body through the nostrils, and seeing if it's possible to follow that air as it moves through your body. Maybe sensing the air as the flow moves into your chest region, filling up your lungs. With that expansion of the lungs, maybe you can detect movement within your shoulders. Maybe following that in-breath and see if it's possible to follow it all the way through the belly. As the belly almost rises on the in-breath. Or maybe it's contracting on the in-breath. The lungs expanding, while the abdomen may be contracting. Again, just experiencing the best you can that in-breath. Knowing again that anytime the mind has wandered, this is part of the practice. It's just training the brain to return again and again to where you want to focus the attention. And now maybe focusing the attention on the experience of the out-breath. Sensing the body as it expels what it no longer needs. Sensing the movement of the out-breath through the body. The out-breath as feeling or sensing the lungs as the air passes out through them. And what sensations do you notice on the out-breath through your abdomen or belly? Just noticing the sensations with a curious mind. And maybe now exploring the bat breath even deeper. And seeing if it's possible to experiencing the pauses that the breath makes, both as the body takes in air and then again as the in-breath yields to the out-breath. Is it possible to sense a pause? Or maybe the sensation is more one of a continuous flow. Whatever's there, just keep it simple for you. And allowing the awareness just to focus on those moments of exchange when the out-breath yields to the in-breath and the in-breath yields to the out-breath. Maybe even experimenting a bit and intentionally inviting a longer pause and just seeing what sensations that brings. And then simply allowing the body to just breathe in its own natural pace and rhythm without trying to control it in any way. Just allowing it to be. Maybe seeing if it's possible to detect a rhythm of your own breathing. The body taking in air, the body releasing air. Time and time again. And knowing anytime the mind wanders, there's no need to judge the self for the mind being its active self, but with compassion and kindliness towards yourself, knowing that there's no need to cling to the thoughts or to push them away, but simply noting the mind is thinking and letting the thoughts pass and redirecting the brain to that experience of the body breathing time and time again. And if the breath and focusing on the breath is not serving you well, to anchor into this moment, selecting another part of the body's sensation that may help anchor. So maybe it's focusing exclusively on the hands, or maybe it's exploring the points of contact the body's making with the earth, or maybe there's sounds in your environment that are present and making themselves known through sensation. Just allowing them to be part of this moment. And if it's useful to focus your attention there, just doing that in this moment. maybe sensing how things shift in their own time, moment to moment. And now moving into the silent portion of our time together, just allowing yourself to continue to focus on whatever sensation of this present moment is most pronounced for you now. Spending a few more moments together before I ring the chime to signal the end of this meditation practice. But in this moment, taking time to maybe appreciate the stillness and taking time to help the mind settle and rest. Maybe taking a moment to appreciate the body with a sense of wonder and curiosity for its ability to know what it needs to do to keep itself going, and taking in air and releasing what it no longer needs without you even having to direct it in any way. Knowing that this gift of being present in this moment and learning how to focus the mind is a gift not only to yourself, but a gift that you can offer others. Practicing presence is a way to open our hearts to ourselves and to really be with people in our lives and to really see things as they really are. And then to be able to act in a way that is congruent with what's important to us. So I thank you for being here with me during this practice and for trusting me as your guide. And I wish you many moments of mindfulness throughout your day. I will now ring the chimes 3 times to signal the end of our time together.